Monday, December 16th. And what has happened is the full moon in Gemini, gone. Mercury retrograde, gone. Moon in Cancer, happy, at peace. No other planets playing. Free will intro to the week. Hale Kinluya. Really should be no complications. Should, according to the ethereal realm, be the smoothest journey to work on a Monday that you've ever had in your entire life. But, sure, English weather could well corrupt that theory. Either way, we are in little ratty season in Chinese astrology. So your rats, your dragons, your monkeys, your little oxen, and your tigers. Any rats born in those years, you can get more done than anyone else. The rest of us can get a lot done because the ethereal realm, the big boys and girls up there, are extending their weekend. So this is a very straightforward, extremely uncomplicated intro to the week, kind of prepping for the Christmas mindset. I think you could say, enjoy it. The moon is never happier than when it's in Cancer, and it's in Cancer today, and it's a waning moon. All good, my dear friends, but there are no guarantees in life. Tuesday, 17th December 2024, an extension of the free will mindset, but a different energy today because the moon overnight has sidled into Leo. Moon is actually very happy, and it's a happy moon, the Leo. The Leo moon is the happiest moon. The moon is at peace in its homeland of Cancer, but it is just rather jolly when it's in Leo. So we have a waning, happy, jolly, exuberant Leo moon. No other boys and girls in play. Ethereal realm really extending. They must have got hammered over the weekend and just taken a couple of days off to recover, if they're anything like us down here on terra firma. So all good, same as yesterday effectively. All the rats, because you're in rat season, rats, monkeys, dragons, oxen, tigers, you five are definitely in play if you're born in the year of the rat, any year of the rat, which is 2004, 1996, 84, 72, 60, 48, 36, right? All you rats, if you're born after January 21st, remember, if you're born before January 21st, you may well be, or if you're born between January 21 and February 19th, it's when the Chinese New Year changes. So if you are in the year of the rat, or you think you are, check when the new year, the new Chinese New Year kicked in. It's very important to understand. I spoke to someone the other day who'd spent an utterly charming little fire hare, spent her wood hare, but spent her entire life thinking that she was a fire dragon. But no, she's a wood hare because she was born before the Chinese New Year of 1976. A little example. So, free will day, happy moon, happy energy, uncomplicated. We can all get a lot done. And we should do, because the rest of the week, these boys and girls are seriously back in play. Well, Wednesday 18th. When I say the guys definitely back in play on Wednesday, this is true because, I lean that way because back is somewhat twisted from just sleeping. This is what happens when you get to 112 years old. You go to bed as a pristine athlete, because I play enough sport to feel that way, and you wake up the next morning thinking you've just probably gone up and down Mount Kilimanjaro 3 or 4 times during the night. Thus, today, Wednesday 18th, Sun square Neptune. So they have 4 days off up there, or 2 days, and they've come back with a bit of a punch. Sun square Neptune is a volatile little cookie, that aspect. Essence of you, so we're each and every one of us impacted. It's a square. A square is ruled by Mars. It's energy, but when it's square, you can utilize it positively, or it can be utilized negatively. It's how you harness the energy of the day. If you harness your energy aggressively, you are going to come a cropper on such a grand scale. You're an idiot if you wake up and just put your pugilistic boxers on and go at it. You're done. It ain't going to help you because it's square Neptune. And Neptune it's up and down like a yo-yo. Neptune, when it's square, it's not happy at all. And so life is sort of illusory. It's like, what's real, what's not real, what do you mean, what don't you mean, I don't understand what's going on. There's a lot of confusion. Everything's rather idealistic and not really practical. Intuition that normally fires on all cylinders when Neptune's in play, you can't really trust it. It's one of those days where you need to really wrest control from the day. It's the sun, the essence of you, feeling unsure about everything, and everything could be perceived to be an illusion. So you need to be the opposite of idealistic, which is very practical and very pragmatic. Take control of the day, harness the energy positively, progressively, practically, and pragmatically. 19th of December, 2024. Gosh, getting closer to Christmas. This is the first kind of semi-positive planetary movement this week. Venus semi-sextile Saturn. So I'm saying Saturn, and you'll be thinking, but hold on, Mr. Fox, it's Saturn. Yes, but semi-sextile, 30 degrees apart. So when a planet is next to another planet, like when two star signs are next door to each other, for example, they are 30 degrees apart, and it's called a semi-sextile. And it's very positive little aspect, not as potent as like a conjunction or a trine, for example, or an opposition. But for me, the luckiest little aspect. I love it. So when Saturn is involved and luck is involved, that's pretty cool. And then it's with Venus, and Venus is love and romance. So with Saturn, you can't mess with Saturn. You have to play by Saturn's rule book or playbook, as it were. So, but he's in benefic mode because it's a semi-sextile aspect. So all things, love and fiscal, financial, if addressed properly, appropriately, with decorum, with good management and no risk. Saturn hates risk, can't bear it. This could be a remarkably positive day. So, to encapsulate, if you are dealing with anything to do with romance and finances today, and you approach it in a very practical, pragmatic fashion, and you just tick all the boxes and whatever else you need to do in said genres of life, if you like, could be an extremely progressive day, because that little semi-sextile is a lucky little thing. So yes, day can be extremely progressive, but just remember Saturn's playbook, right? Got to do things above board, morally and correctly whenever that boy enters the scene. Beautiful day. Venus trine Jupiter. There are a gazillion aspects in astrology, gazillions, oppositions, squares, quincunxes, trines, semi-sextiles, quadrisesquate or something. Oh God, all sorts. Anyway, probably, arguably one of the most magical aspects is Venus trine Jupiter. If we lived in a universe where every day was Venus trine Jupiter, we would be living in utopia. It would be magical. It's a great aspect, rock and roll. And one word of warning, it's not such a word of warning, but the moon is in Virgo. When the moon is in Virgo, everyone's a little bit tetchy. It's a little bit nervous. The Virgo moon and Virgo sun, Virgo ascendant have the most feeble nervous system. I speak as a Virgo moon. And so it's just a little bit, it's always a little bit on edge and sort of likely to wobble a little bit, but that's primarily when it's a waxing moon. This is a waning moon, so really shouldn't come into play, but just a word of warning. Try not to get too tetchy. Try to have a much more laid back, laconic approach to this day. Then we can all, to across the board, universally enjoy the superpower that is Venus trine Jupiter. It's love, money, and great good fortune. Love, money, and great good fortune. You want to do anything, you want to initiate anything today. Today is one of the best years of the year to do it. Whether you're setting up a business, proposing to the love of your life, just initiating anything on earth, just commencing something, starting something. I'm going to learn the guitar and be the greatest rock guitarist that ever lived, ever. Commence that journey today. Capricorns, yes, you've arrived. Sometimes Capricorn commences on December 21st, sometimes December 22nd. This year, Capricorn season commences on December 21st, and we are on Saturday, the 21st of December 2024, with a rather tetchy Virgo moon still in play. Try and stay calm. Don't allow little things to irritate you, which is what throws the Virgo moon off kilter. You know, it's a sort of, it's a fragile moon, the Virgo moon, very fragile. So it's always good to have a much more laid-back approach to a moon in Virgo day, which is today. So Capricorns, you're absolutely in play, and the beginning of any phase is always its most potent, so you really are empowered. Capricorns, kind of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, they're kind of the 4 days up to Christmas, you're super empowered. You can be really progressive, as can Cancerians, who sit opposite Capricorn. So I always think 3 more days are quite nice when you're planning something and nothing's really going to get in the way. Just got to stay calm. So it's quite cool because everyone arranges things on Saturdays. And you know what you don't want is Saturn in opposition on a Saturday. That is just a guaranteed shit show every single time. This is why it's so helpful to know what's upcoming 6 months in advance when you're trying to plan some major event and you've done it 6 months in advance. And you get very excited for 6 months straight thinking, cannot wait for the big day, not realizing that on that huge, enormous day, Saturn is going to arrive in opposition mode and just destroy and wreck everything. Freaking wrecking ball. Pluto in opposition, same thing, just deconstructs what you've kind of constructed. Anyway, at some point, for the record, I'm going to come up. There's an app, kind of app type thing that I'm in the process of building, which will allow you to access that information. That's actually one of the many exciting things that I'm currently doing, but I'll let you know in due course when that kind of becomes imminent, because it's tailor-made for those kind of situations. So a day when really, provided the weather plays ball, that could be just great fun. It's uncomplicated. Just don't get too touchy because of the Virgo moon. Capricorns are empowered, coming up to Christmas, 3 days before Christmas. It's a Saturday, and it's a day when things could go according to plan. And if you arrange things that are indoors, very sensible, because it has such great potential. But if you arrange something that's outside, in Italian they would say idiotto. Yes, we've made it. Bloody hell, my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, dearest brother, to you. Sun semi-sextile, the luckiest aspect as far as this astrology is concerned. Semi-sextile Pluto. So, and Pluto, I'm sure you're hopefully beginning to get the whole gig of what these planets are up to. Pluto, the great reconstruct, deconstruct kid, right? So when Pluto arrives, it's like, okay, if you want to deconstruct and reconstruct, and I'm in opposition, says Pluto, don't be an idiot, do nothing. Or if he's square, same thing, Pluto would say, don't embrace my energy because I'll just destroy it and I won't rebuild it. But when it's semi-sextile, lucky as hell, this is a great day, Sunday 22nd, to completely deconstruct and reconstruct any aspect of your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. Any area could be reconstructing on a tiny, tiny scale or on a grand, grand scale. These are the rare days when Sun is semi-sextile Pluto, when you can literally just reconfigure any area of your life with great enthusiasm, optimism, and goodwill from Pluto. So a really lovely ending to the week. I mean, you may want to just chill out on this day, all good, but you won't be taking advantage of an extremely positive and relatively rare little aspect. Instead of waiting until January the 1st, I am going to reconstruct an area of my life a week early. That, my dear friends, is the end of another mad old week up there in the ethereal realm. As always, if you enjoy my ramblings, because I think it has been quite rambling this week, or what I do per se, please do subscribe and or continue to follow, which you do, and I so value it. You have no idea. You really have no idea. It's a blessing to me. Thank you. See you